Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my top 5 most anticipated games for the rest of 2025. But before we get into it, please comment down below your top 5 games. If they're different from mine, if you hate mine or if you agree with mine, let me know. That would really be appreciated. But let's get into it. Whilst looking at games coming out in 2025, I noticed there wasn't really that many games that I'm looking forward to in 2025. There's a lot of games in 2026 I'm really excited for, like GTA 6 obviously, who isn't excited for that game? There's still some games I'm really excited for, so we'll be going over those. So the first game that's up is Pokemon Z to A, or Z to A. I just say Z, but this is actually surprising when I was making this list that I put this game on it. So I've actually never played a Pokemon game. It's actually surprising. Please don't hate me for that. But I've never really played a Pokemon game. I've played Pokemon Go, but I don't really count that as like a typical Pokemon game. But when going over this game's coming to the Switch too, this game just really intrigued me. But when going over the games coming to the Switch too, Pokemon Z to A just really got me curious. It's going to be a top seller on the Switch too. But the Pokemon games recently have been trashed, to be honest. They look really bad. They're not optimized well, and they just don't have much to it. That's from a non-Pokemon fan who hasn't really played the games. The Pokemon fans I've seen on like X and stuff go ham on the games. They just rip it apart. I saw a post on X with the Pokemon devs created a really good looking game, and the Pokemon fans were like, why can't you do this with Pokemon games? So that's fair enough. But I feel like Pokemon needs a banger game, and hopefully this is it. I'm genuinely curious of how this game's going to do on the Switch 2. What's going to be different between the Switch 2 version to the Switch 1. Hopefully there's a lot added to the Switch 2 version as it has the hardware for it. Hopefully they make use of the mouse mode. I would love to see that get added. More games using that, the better. But I honestly feel like this is the first time that I'm really interested into a Pokemon game. So I might actually get this game on day one, and I'm pretty hyped for it. Especially now that I'm getting into my anime, that the Pokemon's appealing to me more, so I've missed out on that side, so hopefully I can make up for it. The second game on this list is Subnautica 2. The first Subnautica game brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. The amount of YouTube I watched of it. Think Noodles, Dan TDM, My Ballistic Squid, all of them playing this game just brings back so many memories of this game, and this game was so good to play as well. I love this game, being able to be underwater, just creating your own little submarines. One of the best survival games out there, to be honest. And a sequel would be so good, especially with the online elements. What I've been missing from the first game and what's made me have limited hours on it is that it was single player, but with the second one being online, that'd be so good. Just the amount of fun you can have in that game, I feel like that's going to be a day one cop. It's scheduled for 2025 drop, but hopefully it doesn't get delayed and we can dive back into the Subnautica franchise. There's not really much else for me to say about Subnautica 2. What else is there to really mention about it? You guys know what Subnautica is. It's just going to be a sequel but online. I did see there was beta tests for it, and I did try, but I think I got rejected or just didn't get contacted. So yeah, that's annoying. So let's go into the third game on this list, and that's also another Switch game. That's Metroid Prime Beyond. And this game I'm mostly excited about just for the mouse mode. I've never really been into the Metroid games. This is the game that Nintendo have used to market the Switch 2 mouse mode. They've shown it off, doing really good on this game. I just want to test it out, that's the main reason. I feel like this game would do really well on the Switch. A lot of people are saying this game should have been a launch title. I kind of agree. I don't know if it would have done wonders. I don't see Metroid on the same pedestal as a Mario game, but I do think this will do good for the people who like the Metroid games. Also, it's a 3D Metroid game. It looks really good. Gonna play really well. Optimized for the Switch 2. And it's also on the Switch 1, so still gonna be backwards compatible. But I feel like the Switch 2 version is gonna be superior. That's enough talking about Metroid. Let's get into the 4th game on this list. And this is a personal one for me. Gears of War Reloaded. This franchise goes way back with me. Going to the 360 days. I even had a 360 Gears of War themed Xbox, which was so cool. And also, Gears of War 3 was my first ever 18A rated game, so yeah, I'm cool like that. And the amount of hours I had on Gears of War 4 is countless. On Horde mode, especially with my friends, this game mode brought back so many emotions, the sacrifices made, suffering, but also the feeling of actually completing it was unmatched. You'd have to sacrifice a whole day for that game mode. I'm actually really hyped for Reloaded. Hopefully it brings back the nostalgia from the old games. And I want to check it out. It will be with Game Pass, so that'll be insane to check out. I just hope it goes back to its roots. I've looked at the trailer, it looks amazing. And I want it to be like a modern take on the Gears of War franchise. There's always been something special about the Gears franchise for me. I feel like the Gears IP is kind of underrated. For me, it's on the same level as like Halo and CODs, but that might just be me. But I feel like it's slept upon. I feel like Microsoft are really bad with their exclusives. Hopefully this game pops off, and I'm definitely going to check it out on day one. Just being able to have a chainsaw on your gun and charging at people is such a cool mechanic. And the final game, my most anticipated game of this year. If you saw the thumbnail, you've guessed it. It's Donkey Kong Bananza. This game just oozes the Nintendo charm. The game that's in the Mario 3D game shadow, and I have so much hype for this game. The chaos this game's going to bring. It also has co-op mode. I feel like this game's going to be amazing. And it comes out in like 2 weeks as well, so it's so close. And this game I'm going to have countless hours on, and I make a lot of content on. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. I feel like this game's going to have the perfect platforming, mechanics, gimmicks. I feel like it's going to be really good to try and 100% this game. Hopefully it's quite a long game, because Mario games are kind of short, in my opinion. I just hope there's a lot of content. And yeah, I'm going to pre-order this game. This game needs to sell well. It's literally Nintendo's game to sell more copies of the Switch. So this game has to be a masterpiece for Nintendo. And I think it will be. Nintendo games are usually to a high standard. And of course 3 of the games on this list are Nintendo games. And I'm not even a Nintendo fanboy, except my whole channel's based off Nintendo. Yeah, I just feel like Nintendo are going to have the best year just because it's their time to shine with their new unit, with their new console. We'll see what gets Game of the Year this year. I do want to make a video on that, but that's my top 5 games. If there's anything I've missed or you think my list is trash, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.